And that should be us live. Good evening. Hello, Mick. Thank you for joining me from the very beginning. How are you doing, mate?
No worries, lads. No worries. I seen you come up, and I've got all my sticks out. Well, not all of them, but I've got quite a few. And I thought, right, if I come on early, he might let me show them because I want to geek you out.
I will let you show them. But first of all, I'm doing something. I'm going to explain what I'm doing tonight, but it's nothing to do with Warhammer at all. Nothing at all. Have you ever heard of anything called Gundam? Has anyone in chat heard of Gundam?
Heard of what, sorry?
Gundam. It's a Japanese anime thing about, Gundam. Basically, big giant robots.
Right. No, I'm not a big anime fan, mate. To be honest with you.
Well, they do these little kits that get to make little robots. Now, there's no glue involved in these, apparently, at all. So, no gluing, no painting, just a bit of snipping, a couple of stickers, and push it all together. Apparently. So I thought this one went cheap. It was only a tenner to give it a try. So I thought I'll give it a try. So that's tonight's plan. Is I'm going to try Gundam. Now the problem is all the blooming instructions are in Japanese.
Wow.
So while I'm trying to decipher the basic instructions here for a minute, I believe Mick's going to treat us to some very, very nice walking sticks and canes. Well, I'll try and decipher this for a minute.
Well, I will now. Hang on. I've got them all out here, actually. I'll show you. There's a few of them.
Oh, bloody hell, mate. Wow. R2, I spotted R2 there already.
So, right, let me get my beer.
Right, you get your beer. And I need to arrange these sprues into each one that's got a letter on.
Star Wars. Here we go. Right, here we go, lads. These are the Star Wars ones.
Right, yeah, that's the R2 one that I saw a moment ago. And that's the t-shirt that I can't find behind you.
That's the Stormtrooper. This is the dark side one. So it says there, don't fuck with the dark side.
May the Force be with you.
And then it's got Vader.
Maul. Is that Darth Maul?
Maul. Yeah. Like a little battle scene there, just of
a TIE fighter over Hoth by the looks of it.
TIE fighter, yeah. And then it says there, like, don't fuck with the dark side.
Yeah. Good terminology to use.
And then here, as you said, there's your little R2.
Yeah, I see. I spotted that. That was pretty cool. That was cool. Yoda. Is that Yoda? You got light in the wrong direction. Ah, there we go. Yeah. So, there we go. And then I can't see that. It's just off camera.
Well, I'll tell you what, mate. I'll just do this. It'll be easier.
Yeah, there we go.
I'll tell you what. I put you on the floor there. Here we go. No, it's not going to work.
What you need is the light to be behind you, shining on it.
No, yeah, I'll tell you what. Because I've nowhere to put my tablet. Right.
I need to keep
here we go, anyway. Moving on. Mandalorian.
So yeah, is that the one that goes thingy at the beginning and protects him? And I can't remember what he's called. Is he Grogu?
Grogu.
Right.
Baby Yoda.
Yeah, there was one scene that I remember. I just absolutely damn near pissed my size laughing. No one where he's sticking the little eggs in his mouth and eating them. And they're going, oh, we've got to save our babies. The alien one, yes. Yes, please. I saw the alien one. Right. So I'm starting chat out as well. Yes, I've got my teared up and makes sure is there right there.
This is the Christmas one.
He does, yeah, humbug. Right, I was gonna say he doesn't look so Christmassy, but humbug on it. So yeah,
That says, I want to empty your sack.
Yep. And that'll look a little bit more of a kinky stocking and a nice moon there from Santa, just in case you wanted a present of a different sort. It can give the entire moon. And the snowman with two. Is that a snowman with 2 carrots?
Yeah.
Right.
Halloween.
Can I have you got one for every occasion? Let's have a look. I missed it. I missed the top. Oh, the witch is nice. Oh, is it a bat? I was gonna say is that a wolf, but it's a bat.
Bat, yeah.
My hand's okay, thank you, Ali. It seems to be just that finger that's took the brunt of it, and you've got a nice black spot on the nail. I don't want to know what you use that one for. I don't want to know. That one's full of
It's a
chains.
gimp stick.
Yeah, I could guess that, but I don't want to know where you insert it.
No, and it just says, sticks and stones may break my bones, but whips and chains excite me.
Yeah.
That's a famous song, is that?
I think everybody.
This is the everyday one. It's like you too. Can't really see it, but it's just got name of all the songs. Joshua Tree album.
Oh, cool. So it's just a full Joshua Tree. See, it's probably one of their best albums, in fairness.
Yeah, and it just got all name songs on album.
See, I like that album. I'm not a huge U2 fan, but it's one of them bands that it's like, look, as much
Tip me off big now, bro. I'm gonna have a drink and a smoke.
Fair enough. Thank you very much. I've just set up properly.
No, mate, no.
That was perfect timing. That, in fact, thank you very much. Yeah, as much as Bono's a dick, I can't dislike U2, which is not bad. Yeah, essentially, I've got a small black bit on that nail, which is the result of my smashing my hand against the wall and the wheelie bin this afternoon, which put into slight doubt whether or not I was going to do this, but I'm all right. I've only got my middle finger on my right hand, and seeing as I'm left-handed, I should sort of struggle through. Right now, while Nick was showing us that, I was reading the instructions. It seemed pretty much straightforward. It's build by numbers, essentially. Cut the bits off the sprue, stick it where it needs to be, and stick the stickers where they need to be. The only thing is, it's a lot of bouncing around sprues. So I need sprues E and C first. Jeez, they don't make. I mean, Games Workshop is bad enough with their sprues and all numbers and everything, but at least they keep everything kind of on one sprue. This one doesn't, so that's gonna be fun. Right, let's see. There's E, and I need E2. Bleeding Nora. And this is
You sank my battleship.
Well, the problem is this is a hard plastic, but because it's a clear plastic, if you get it wrong, it blemishes.
Yeah.
So you can try and remove the tiny bits and stubs like I would for a normal model, and then it could ruin it. That is the point. It is all color coded because I don't have to paint it. Every piece is the right color it's supposed to be. So that does help. You are right there, Ali. It does help a little bit, but it won't. It doesn't help in the early stages because I don't know which colors are which letters yet. I've not quite learnt that bit. And apparently I need to put the first thing I need to do is get this piece off and then put a bleeding sticker on it. This is his eyes. Is this going to be his eyes? Yeah. Nice. The first thing I have to
It
do
does
is
seem like a lot of fiddling about, mate. You know, I mean, full credit to you.
well, I've never tried one of these before. I've heard about them, and I've heard people say they're actually good, quite fun kits to build. And what I thought is I'll probably end up with a toy at the end that my son can play with, hopefully. So it's like bonus. I get to build a model, my son gets a toy. Excellent. Works out brilliantly for me.
Yeah.
Is there a QR code on the instructions? There probably is a QR code somewhere on the instructions. The problem is there's a possibility that QR code may also take me to a Japanese website, which I also won't be able to read. But I can follow basic modeling instructions.
Can't you just get that, download that translator from English to Chinese or Chinese to English, where you just hold your phone over it and it translates it for you?
I could, but in this case, my past abilities of reading, like building instructions for models, is actually a benefit now, because I can actually just look at the pictures and realize what it means without the words being there. I know what a C5 is. Look for spruce C, find part 5, and it gives you a very, very brief picture build for idiots. Step 1, step 2, step 3, somewhere there, where it goes. Look, where is it? There you go. Look in the corner for the sprue letter. Look for the number of the piece that you want. Pop the piece out. So it does give you a very basic. Here you go. Even you dunce can do it. Lads, so why not have a go? So, hey, why not have a go? Right. So that's E. That's B. Well, C's over here. Right. What the bloody no. So for the rest of the head is C6, which needs all the other bloody stickers going on it, and then C5. So where's C? That's C6. I've said this multiple times. I'm surprised I've got the patience for this. I really am. I don't have patience. Yeah, to a degree. To a degree, yeah, but even I've never tried this one like this before. I've never really done the air fixy stuff before. I can't concentrate on the air fixy stuff. It just completely, I can't do it. But 40k for some reason I can Citadel and Warhammer type stuff I can sit down and do. By the looks of it, I'm going to be able to do Gun-Pla as well. It's not going to be an impossibility for me to concentrate on that. I'm finding it just as easy to do this as when I'm painting and I'm still trying to talk and hold a conversation with you, or if anyone else is up with them. I can see it going pretty much the same way, and I've just misaligned that sticker because I'm an idiot. And I'm not going to be able to get it off because I don't have nails. I really don't want to rip it. I just think I might have just done a little bit. I hope not.
Yeah, I went and bought a Fallout 4 day before I used to do it, and I've spent about 27 hours just glued to Xbox in like 2 days.
I see. There's a reason why I've stayed away from Fallout 4, and that's because it's essentially Skyrim with guns in a post-apocalyptic world. I do not have any tweezers, Ali. Not to hand anyway. And the problem with Skyrim was that I got lost within the game doing nothing. So I'll be pottering around my base, my home place, or building armors, or not doing anything storing wise or even side mission wise. But I'd be spending hours just doing nothing on the game. Mrs. Laswell will not let me touch her tweezers. Are you kidding me? She'd never see them again, so she won't let me anywhere near them. She's not that daft. She is not that daft. What was I saying again? Oh yeah. I've forgotten. Damn it. No. Oh, I had a smoke before I came on, and that's my excuse. I'm sticking with it. What was it, Mick? What was I saying?
I've no idea, mate. I'm too dying. So what about an apocalyptic world? You want to avoid Fallout 4?
Yeah, because Fallout 4's got the base building on it, hasn't it? We actually get to build the bases and put buildings down, and my friends.
Mate, that ain't fun. That ain't fun. That fucking rabbit hole is what I've fallen down. You've got to scrap everything.
Yeah,
exactly. And then if you don't put any defences up and you go on a side quest and you come back, fucking scrap merchants have been, and you've lost everything.
Exactly. So
7 hours of my life collecting scrap to build a fucking chair for a lady, and it went.
See, and that's where it'll get me, because I would spend hours and hours and hours, and I wouldn't leave that base until it had defenses, and it could defend itself from a.
No, but that's it. You need to get all the level up and the experience and the stuff, and you need to go out of your base to get the stuff to build the defenses. You know what I mean? You can't just build them straight away. You've got to find all the components, and all the components you need are further out. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them.
Yeah.
It's done me looking anyway. Turn it off. I'm glad you've come live.
I'm aware of it because it was the same with Skyrim. It was like, I need orichalcum. Where do we get orichalcum from? I was at the top of that mountain. And I'd come back and there'd be a giant attacking. There'd be a giant beating the crap out of my serf who's there to protect my base. And my serf was getting knocked into trees and stuff by this giant. And I was like, I only went to get some metal to build some. For God's sake. And then, so it's very similar. Oh, right. So to finish off his head, which is coming along nicely now, I must say. So that was very quick. Although it does look, I can tell it, or even though it's not been painted, I can see I'm going to want to paint it or give it a wash or do something to it. Because although everything's the right color, they're all very flat colors. So I'm going to want to paint it, but I've got a feeling myself not going to want to. It is. I mean, even Ali's realizing there, it's like, it's so easy. It is so easy just to get lost in them. I'm in the same position on Cyberpunk at the moment. I've not even got past the proper starting first mission. And that's because I'm just running around taking out random gangs, just exploring and doing crap on it. Ooh, right, okay. He looks
sweating mine up, so
bloody hell, that went together very quickly. That went together very quickly. So we have a head. We have a head for Mr. Mini Chibi Gundam. And no more use for the gold sprue at the moment. Oh, the multicolored sprues are always nice. Right. Now we'll do. Let's do the body before we do the legs and arms, I suppose. We need something to stick them to. So, sprue A, parts 12 and 11, of course. So, I've got all the stickers out of the way, which is the bit that I was least looking forward to, because I don't like using stickers the same way as I don't like using transfers. But I have to because I can't freehand.
It's needs must, mate, in that game, isn't it?
Yeah. Especially when you need to mark up your squads because they all look the fucking same if you don't. Like, what have you got? I've got 60 of these. Yeah, but every single one looks the exact bloody same. Which one's the difference? So you need something, yeah, you need some squad markings or something to balance them out a bit. All right, so you're supposed to go in that way, and then you're supposed to go in there. Right, okay, that's a bit weird, but I'll trust in the process because that looks like I'm going to have to clip something into that. So I don't know. I think that's where this no glue business comes in. I think it's all ball sockets and clips for these. And very, very, very snug.
I can imagine, mate. I would try making a jigsaw puzzle, you know. In fact, I've still got half of it in a bag somewhere. And that did my frigging head in.
What,
I made one fat. I honestly, yeah. I just with a bit of plywood, nothing fancy, nothing fancy at all whatsoever. In fact, I'm sure I just glued like a magazine poster out. This is years ago. I'm talking about. I've got projects, mate, in bags, fucking all over. But this jigsaw, I think I can't remember what it was, but it was some magazine, some qualifier type thing, like a sweepstake or something. I don't know if it was Grand National or World Cup, but I just fucking like a newspaper thing, you know, like when you get a sweepstake or when the draw, it's like all the whatever it was, and I fucking glued it on and I marked it all out with a pen and tried cutting it out. And I don't know what I did. I have no idea what I did. But I did something that I bollocksed it up, and I thought there's a way around this. I can't remember what I did, but I did something stupid.
You're saying.
In fact, I'm sure that I cut all the pieces the same. I did everything but to the left. So you know, like you get an half circle to clip in it. I think I've just clicked half circles. And that's it. I didn't put no like 2 or 3 piece. You know, like 1 piece fits 3, or 1 piece fits 2.
So there was no variance or anything. Every piece was the same.
No variance. In fact, mate, I'm sure I give myself a slap because I think it were like 12 pieces that you just put together, and I thought, what's the fucking point of that? You fucking idiot.
Well, you would make it for the smaller age groups. That was all. That's all. Yes, it is just one figurine that I'm making, but I'm expecting it to be about that big-ish. So smaller than my big bugs, but bigger than my Marines. Hopefully it'll make interesting photographs and dioramas, but we'll find out. I need A1, A2, and A10. Well, there's A10. That was easy enough to find.
I forgot it's Tuesday today, isn't it?
It is Tuesday. I am a day late today.
I spent all day Sunday and Monday on this fucking Xbox One. All day. I was shocked yesterday morning. I looked at the clock and I was following someone on my tablet while I was playing the Xbox, and I looked at the clock, it was like 10 to 9 at night, and I thought, oh, it's not so bad, ain't this? I'll have an hour, do you know what I mean? And then the next time I looked, it was like 10 to 6 in the morning. And it was like, oh, that's a fucking day ruined. So I spent all day today in bed. I've woke up, mate. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, wow. I think it's 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm sat here with a Stella in me. I'm thinking about dinner.
Yeah, it's like, no, everyone else is done tea and will be on for supper and bed soon, I think, for everybody else.
Well, I've just made a big pan of chili. Got some fresh chili, some fresh peppers, from fresh onions, tomatoes, tin of tomatoes.
Oh, so yeah, we had chili the other night. It's one of the few things we can actually get the kids to eat. It's chili.
Yeah, I've got especially with kidney beans. I'm a kidney bean fan, but I don't like pineapple on pizzas. Do you know what I mean? That's just
No.
wrong. That's worse than cheese in a can for me. Is pineapple on a pizza?
Yeah, no, I won't eat pineapple on a pizza. God, no. No, that's,
No,
yeah.
in fact, lads, I won't have any fruit on a pizza at all. It's like fruit. It's all right in a pie. You can get away with like for a dessert, but when you start putting fruit for a main course, do you know what I mean? It's like shut your fucking mouth, give your head a wobble. You know
I've
what I
been
mean?
served
I'm sure you
apple
work
as
for Eric
part of a
Tennant.
Christmas dinner. Yeah, I've been served roasted apple as part of Christmas dinner. I shit you not.
Well, I don't know. You get apple sauce, you know what I mean? But I mean, it depends how posh you want to be. But,
No, I mean a full roasted bloody apple right on it.
I mean, fruit pizzas, mate. They give chimpanzees fucking fruit pizzas, mate, so they can check their feet. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not eating a fruit pizza. No chance. Not on this earth.
I mean,
I got a deal with that
well,
Xbox, though, mate. To be fair, I think I paid 186 quid for Xbox One S with 3 games.
what 3 games? Well, what were the other 2 games? Because we know one of them was Fallout, of course.
I got Fallout 3, Fallout 4, and Star Wars Jedi game.
Oh, it's not bad. That's not bad at all. And you're right, this isn't bad for a tenner. The other sets were like 55 quid when I was having a look. What Jedi game is it? Because if it's the first Force Unleashed, that's top. If it's the second one, I'm sorry, mate, because it's not as good. The first one was awesome because the guys had decent ragdoll physics and actually held on to crap to try and score. No. Oh no, it's the other. It's the fault. It's the one I've not played, so I have no idea on that game. I've not played that one. Which I'm sad to say is, yeah. Is it Fallen Order?
Yeah, something like that. Fallen Order, yeah. I have played it, mate, because I'm a massive Fallout fan. So that Star Wars game can go on eBay as far as I'm concerned.
That one might be all right. Actually, I've not played that one, so it could be all right. In fairness,
no, I'm. I don't know. I'm one of these. There's so much to do on Fallout 3, Fallout Vegas, and this Fallout 4. By the time Fallout London comes out, I won't want to play any other game for the rest of my life.
You'll be Fallouted out.
I will, mate. I will. I'm 50% there now. Spaced out, mate. I shouldn't have had a bottle of Stella with them tablets. Fuck me. I feel drained. It's been a weird day today, mate. It's been really warm in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, when I was going to bed somewhere out, I've woke up and it's pissing it down.
I'll just say, yeah, this morning, yeah, when you were going to bed, it is.
Yeah.
It has been an odd one today. We've not been too bad over this side because it's just been.
I've not missed out, mate. I've had Sky News on for the last 10 minutes. Do you know what I mean? It's just all about America and fucking Ukraine and Israel. Do you know what I mean? I live in Yorkshire. Not one of them countries affects me. Not one. And it's all I see on telly. That's why I play Fallout. Do you know what I mean?
Well, there's nothing else. Yeah, because they're not telling you anything that's actually useful to you. So
no.
So I'll go play a game for a bit. All right, now why is this not going in here? I'm not supposed. Right, this bit is supposed to slot into there. And I can kind of see how it's supposed to slot in, but it's not doing. And this is where the problem of having no glue comes in, because if it doesn't slot frigging perfectly, then you are what is commonly known as fucked.
And you thought about hosting a war between, but like overseas, America versus fucking UK in this Warcraft?
They already do. We have a national team.
Well, no, but I mean, why don't you get involved, create your own?
because I don't know enough people. I don't know enough people internationally that would do it with me.
Well, you know, Alan, Squirrel, get them to fucking
Yeah, but
calling all warriors. Do you know what I mean?
in fairness, this is probably, without going into major hardware stuff. It's like, right, I'm a boat person. That's a bit of a difference. That's fair enough. You expect that to be expensive. This is probably the most expensive cheap hobby you can get into, or at least Warhammer is. It's certainly not a productive way to teach children how to save money. Let's put it that way. Why the fuck is this? Is this not supposed to go in all the way or something?
You're all right asking me, mate. I'm pissed. I'm kidding.
I don't think you're kidding. I'm actually just thinking, where the fuck's my F?
No, it's a bit hard to see on this tablet. If I put my Xbox on, I can watch it on
Big screen.
On my TV. Yeah. I've got a 52-inch TV, so that's all right. You know what I mean? But you don't get subtitles on the TV. Well, if you're on YouTube on a live stream.
No, you don't get subtitles. I don't, unless I'd scripted it in already. Which, let's face it, it's called lazy mini painting. I ain't scripting shit in before I start.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's just make that perfectly clear, people. I'm fully aware of what my channel's called, and it's called that for a reason. It's actually more because I'm lazy at the painting than anything else. Now, is this saying this should go flush or what? Because if this is saying it should go flush, this is not going to go flush. That is not going in there. I'm sorry. And no matter what I do, that is not going to go in there. Ain't happening. Plastic bits in wrong places.
See, that's what you get for being Chinese.
In this case, it's Japanese, which is annoying. See, I can see.
I can't wait for football on Thursday, though, lads. Football on Madden weekend.
I'm dreading it. I'm dreading it.
Oh, you've got FA Cup final, haven't you?
I have got FA Cup final. That's the thing that I've got to look forward to.
Mate, you're gonna get arse raped. I can't believe, right, that you lost. You conceded 3 against Palace, 3 against Norwich. Do you know what I mean? Man City are gonna absolutely destroy you.
I know. Do you want to
You
know
would have thought, but then again, stranger things have happened. I can see Beckham, Rooney, Roy Keane, Sir Alex, everybody in that dressing room, mate. You know, before kickoff,
just
telling them exactly what it is.
I hope so.
For sure. I reckon you'll get Rooney as a manager. I really do. Really? Roy Keane, to get me, in fact, even Steve McLaren would be a better option managing that team than Ten Hag, for sure.
I mean, there are plenty of good options that are out there that I would like.
He's in youth. He's in charge of your youth team, isn't he? And like Paul Scholes and Michael Owen said, if he were in the first team training instead of with the kids, the team would have something better. I don't know.
In fairness,
I'm more interested in Leeds.
It'll be a tougher manager. It would be a much tougher manager on him.
Yeah, you need something though. But saying that, I don't know. I mean, the state of all people, the amount of water that we're dripping through that roof on the stadium, that's only been the last couple of years, is that?
Yeah, well, they've
Didn't happen
been
from
neglecting
you.
it. Neglecting.
You what, sorry?
They've been neglecting their responsibilities, essentially. As
Yeah,
club
for
owners,
sure.
they've definitely been neglecting the responsibilities as club owners. Because it's not just about making money. You are representing a city, a town, an area. You're representing the fan base, and I don't think they have the respect that you need to have for a fan base to run it, and that's the problem. They've never had it from the start, and it was only Fergie who actually kept the bloody club going. Let's face it. The last time we won a title, we shouldn't have won it. I'll admit that. We were not the better team that season, but we clubbed through because, well, Fergie knows how to keep a locker room in check. And that's the only reason we managed to club through that season. They tried it again with the next season. It fell apart, and we've been a mid-table team ever since.
Yeah, that's what that flying pig said. But his reactions are funny, mate. Absolutely hilarious. That guy deserves his some money.
Good evening, Zaf. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I've only just noticed that you've come up because I was trying to get this jam thing together. I don't know how it's not going yet. Oh, I think is it there now? I think it's there now, but I may have accidentally snapped a couple of things on the inside that I weren't necessarily supposed to. It seems to still work though, and it seems to still be holding. I might be able to glue it if it's really done. We are making tonight a Gun-Pla, which is a no painting required little mini Gundam model. Gundams being giant robots piloted by kids that are trained for war, of course.
What no Gundam style? Hey, sexy painting. Well, I don't know. I said
Gangnam style, not Gundam style. That's Gangnam style. Once that's South Korea. They'll get very annoyed if you got them mixed up. It's not going to be a big robot. It's actually going to be a little robot. But it's a little robot that's a mini version of a big robot. Right. Wings go in this bit.
Let me get a bit.
No worries. I need to do this bit on camera. Keep reminding. Where's Kirsty when you need her? Because I was off camera and everything then. Right, so that was one. So that goes in there. And two goes in there. And then F1. 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 My tea. F1 goes over the top and covers that bit. Right. And then what bit we need? An E1. Where's bloody E? Where's E? That's
I don't know, mate. I think you're getting that too.
That's D. That's E. All right, so this is the last of the little red bits. I don't need the red one after this, right? So I don't need the red one after this. This goes on the front underneath those there. And then this is supposed to go on the back there. And then that makes his body. Even though it looks like another bloody head. Good evening, Buzz. How you doing, mate? Thank you for coming. Ah, crap, that's fallen out. I was supposed to get that back in. There now. It would be the bit that was a pain in the ass to get in the first fucking place, wouldn't it? Pardon my language, people, but miniatures making will cause you to swear as bits. Just do not do what you want them to do. No, press in. And you're not pressing in because that side's come out again. They say this is for 8 years and up. For 8 years and up. A 40-year-old man struggling with this thing. What fucking 8-year-old's supposed to be doing this? And don't tell me Japanese 8-year-olds, because that's just not fair. Those kids are born with maths in the genes.
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it? You don't see no Chinese people on Countdown.
The band? Well, it's not just that. It's they can only do the math section as well.
Yeah.
They come to the letters
And plus that, wait till Huawei. Wait till Huawei. Yeah. Lars, let's not go there.
No, let's not. Let's keep this stream strike free.
Here's one for the ladies. Here's one for the men. Here's one for everyone in between. Yes, you gotta love them.
Good Christians. Slot down a little bit further and move away from there a bit and away from. Yeah, just do that for a second so that I can push that bit on, and then I can hopefully slide it back. You know, slide it back. Nope, and that bit's come out now. So I have enough room for that and them things to go around there, but then I've got to keep the bloody arm sockets available and out, which doesn't fucking help. So them little holes are supposed to slot into 2 little holes in there, and this just ain't fucking happening.
Have you got them up? Have you got it upside down?
Nope. I had it on a minute ago, but one of the thingies fell out, so I had to take it off, put the thingy back in, and then now it won't go fucking.
A lot of things. There's a lot of things.
Have I got them 2 the wrong way around or something? I think I might have had them 2 the wrong way around, you know. So it wasn't the thing that you said, is it the wrong way around? It was the other 2 things that I think I had the wrong way around. Let's find out now if it lines up and actually goes in. Oh, you son of a bitch. Yeah, it was the other 2 things that I had to the way around.
It had to be the things.
Well, it had to be
It's
something.
always the things.
It is. It had to be something, and it was that thing. Ah, so there we go. There's his body done. That means I should be able to. How am I supposed to clip his bloody head on? Oh, his head's supposed to clip in there, is it? Ah, okay. So there we go. His head, his back, his body, and his wings. Yeah, you didn't miss out, Saf. Don't worry, mate. It was Eurovision. You never miss out with that. It's bloody ridiculous, that thing. Just an excuse for a lot of people to get absolutely leathered and dance around with next to no clothes on and call it appropriate. Right. Section right now.
When men with beards dressed as women from the Middle East win Eurovision, you know the world is fucked up.
Yep. I mean, half the countries aren't even in Europe. I mean, how does Australia? It's about as far away from frigging Europe as you can get. Yet it's in the Eurovision Song Contest. What?
Yeah, but you can understand Australia because they're still part of the British Empire, aren't they? They've still got the British monarch as their head of state. Same with Canada. So part of the empire.
They made us give all that back, so they're not part of it anymore. They can go away. So, if they wanted to be part of it, they shouldn't have made us give it back, should they?
I think 60 years ago we were the head of state of hundreds and odd countries. But how many? I mean, we're still the head of state of fucking loads of countries.
We are. We still hold power in quite a lot. I think we still have something to do with Canada. Can't remember.
Yeah, we still have
Australia, really.
Yeah, Canada. I think. What is it? Canada were part. I think Canada will never go to the United States. They'll always have our back, and so will the United States. There's a border between Russia and the USA. I think. I
hope so.
Yeah, because the British were going to use Canada to invade America. Back in the day, do you know what I mean? A bit like in World War II, like when Belgium were created between Russia, Germany, do you know what I mean, and the Dutch. So, but Belgium were created as a buffer zone, wasn't it?
Oh, right. Now I see what you mean. Yes. I'm trying to concentrate.
So between Russia, so when you look at the map, you've got like USA, then Canada is north of USA, and between that, do you know what I mean? You've got like Alaska, which is part of the USA, but it's like Canada's a buffer zone between Russia and the United States.
A very nice buffer zone as well. I like the fact that the French are in the way before we are. I do like that.
Something like that. Do you know what I mean? I think when we beat the French, because I think most of the accent in Canada is French, isn't it? French Canadian or whatever.
Well, it depends which side, how far over you are, because you've got the French Canadian side and you've got the British Columbia side.
Yeah.
So, if you're from the British Columbia side, then yeah, there's a good chance that you're going to be more English than you are French.
Oh, look, I'm going to make me dinner now. I'm going to warm my chili up.
No worries, Ron. If you want to get off, that is absolutely fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna smoke this, and I'm gonna make some dinner. I might pop back up in half an hour if you're still on. We'll see.
No.
All right, bro. Speak to you shortly.
Cheers, guys. See you, man. And thank you very much for me. That's a fantastic cane collection. If anyone's joined late, if you go back to the beginning, pretty much while I'm setting up, Mick T was showing us his hand carved cane collection. Oh, they're good. They are nice. They are really nice. Anyway, and right, back to what I'm doing. I'm doing the right arm now, and God, this does the right A. Where's A? They really don't make this easy. No, C. I need C, C8, and F. C8 and F6. It's supposed to have the little nubbly bit on this one, so I need to leave it on. I really gone from quite decent conversation to just listening to me prattle on. Thank you very much, Ali. I shall actually, yes, T, because I think I reminded myself a minute ago and I managed to forget again. Do it. So that's just down a big chunk of it. And that should keep me going. I'm just going to have a quick catch up with the chat a minute. Because I know staff's turned up and so's Buzzard. So thank you very much, both of you. Glad to hear your mum's doing better there, Saf. It's where are we going to do? Hopefully, yes. I would prefer City to win, Saf, over Arsenal any day of the week. At least he comes back to Manchester, then it doesn't go down south. And I'm sure he's going to be absolutely loved hearing that. Where are we going down to? Where are we going down to? Where are we going down to? Is the any hobbies? Hobbies are expensive. Not just mine. Any hobbies? Any hobbies? F is the blue one. F6. So this is to be making an arm. So this doesn't mean I've given up 40k by any stretch of the imagination. If you're wondering, oh, what about all that other stuff you've been doing? Are you still going to? Yeah, I'm still going to be doing it. This is I'm going to call it a 50th episode special because why the heck not? I just also happened to be in Manchester today to pick up some stuff on a click and collect for my son and popped into one of the local game geek type shops and then saw this and thought, yeah, why not? A3 and A8. No, A's that one. All right, okay. That's a little ball joint to go on to the end of that. The end of this. So I'm assuming that's so I can pop it in somewhere and it'll twist. Possibly in there, maybe. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna go in there. And a 8, which looks to be a hand. So it's going to be the first hand to go on. He's going to be able to grip his sword. He does have a sword, by the way. He has 2 swords. Or one. Oh, he either has 2 little swords or 1 great big whopping sword. Depending on how you wish to configure him. So that looks to be 1 arm done there, which I'm guessing then fits into that annoying little thing that kept falling out earlier on. So let's hope it's. Yes, it does. It does. It works. Huzzah! I'm getting so excited. It's my first ever one. I'm happy. I'm happy. Good evening, morning, afternoon, Joey. I'm not sure what's afternoon I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with afternoon. No, they've only got two hands, so they have one in each hand. And the samurai ones usually only carry two anyway. The third one's actually a sacrificial dagger. It's not actually supposed to be used to fight with. Now, I'm going to guess that the left arm does the same as the right arm, just in reverse. We have a waist. I did not realize we had a waist section. What the hell? We have a waist section. Well, let's do the left arm first. Where's C gone? So it's C7 and F5. It's going to be these little ones. See, I'm getting there. It's going quite quickly, actually. I'm getting through the parts and I'm learning the sprues. I will have learned them just in time for me to have done it and no longer need to learn the sprues. But I'm interested to see its scaling in comparison to the 40k models. It will be interesting. Because if it scales right, I might be able to let my friend use it as a proxy model for his army, because he's missing a commander and has been doing for a while. Or it might actually just look cool going up against one of my big bugs, especially if I can paint it and get it looking into a similar place. So it's tone-wise. So give it a wash. Go over the metal, the silver bits with normal oil, go over the blue bits with a blue wash, the gold bits with the associate, and kind of tone it right so it looks like the rest of it. Right, and once we've done that bit, it is, I'm in the middle left hand, aren't I? So then it is A3 and A9, and that finishes off the bottom part, and then I can work on the top part. Yes, or wins you one? He's just been fed, kiddie. And you're looking to go out, you're going to have to wait till I finish this. I'm not sure if I'd prefer to get these, because this is my first one building. I like Gundams, don't get me wrong, I do like Gundams, but this is the first time I'm building a Gundam. So I'm not sure. They seem easier to build. But these aren't attached to a game. These are quite literally action figures or ornamental figures. They're not attached to a specific game. There is no rule sets or anything for them. So for these, it would just be, if I got them, it would be because I enjoyed building them, and I will be using this one. I don't think. I think, as I said, hopefully it's gonna be suitable enough for my son to be able to use. It's not suitable for him to build, but hopefully he's going to be able to use it, or at least play with it as a toy. I hope, anyway. Otherwise, I'm not sure where I'm going to put it or what I'm going to do with it. So, yeah, we'll find out afterwards. If he can't use it, then it'll end up, I'll find something to do with it. It'll end up on a shelf in one of my children's rooms or on display somewhere. It'll be a shame not to. And if I got any more, I think I removed all the ones I had on my wish list. I think I had some on my Amazon wish list, but I think I removed them. I'm not sure. I might not have. I can't remember. But going off this one, I may pick up one or two more just because they are fun. It is actually quite fun to build. I wasn't expecting it to be quite as complicated and simple at the same time. And because of that, it's a different experience to building Warhammer. Because I know I've not got to prime it and then paint it and then get certain things perfectly set right, and knowing that's quite a relief. You clip in there, and then you clip in there, and that gives us arm number 1, arm number 2, some nice flexible wings, and another sprue that I've just dropped on the floor again. All right, so we've pretty much done the top half of the body. So we've done the head, done the body, done the left arm, done the right arm. Now we're going to move down to the waist, and then right, left leg, and then we're going to come through to the finishing touches, which is just weapons. Weapons are really easy because it's just that bit and that bit. But waist is A14 first, and A is the dark grey sprue. And A14 is the one that has 3 balls on it. I count them right. That is 3. No. I have to put them together. Me just answering things. I put them together as well and then paint them. But they all come in just like this color plastic. So that one I still had to put the parts together, but it was all that color plastic, so I have to paint him from there onwards. Same with the things like that, multi-part pieces. Put them all together and then have to paint them afterwards. The stomper being the biggest one that I have, and I still haven't got around to even priming, never mind painting. Right, so 14 then gets put into B. I repeat, B5. Okay. B5 is that one. That one right there. So B's the black sprue. That should be easy enough to remember. Why I didn't make that connection until right at the point when I've only got 3 pieces left on the sprue is a bit daft of me, but still. And are you saying it goes in with, right, that goes facing down, and that goes like that, and then that goes in. That's supposed to go in there. Right, okay, that went in easy enough. G4, which is going to be the sparkly bit, and B. Where's B? What's B? That's C, that's F, that's A. Oh, B's black, dumbass. I already figured that bit out. So I need G4, which is the blue see-through stuff. See, it's these see-through pieces that are making me worried about if I paint it. Because if I mess it up, I'm gonna really mess it up. Well, that's your. Thank you very much for that. But I've actually got 2 of these. So we've got that one which I've started just about, but I've also got the other one which I'm much closer to finishing, as you can see. So I do have the 2 of them still in the middle of process. The reason I'm not finished this one is because I'm not sure whether to paint it the same or do it silver and red, so I can do it like opposing and have, I don't know, run D&D races or something. Keep them separate so I can identify them and do them in different color schemes. So all sorts of different ideas for them, as well as to, not only that, I can use them as proxies for orcs as well. And next piece is black 4, B4. There we go. So I'm still, I've got that many half projects going at the minute, Ali. It is. You would like a chariot one, Saf? You would like a chariot one? Which one? The gold one? Which one? Which one? Which one are you saying you like? Is it the gold ones? The gold and blue? Is that your home team colours? Is that the one you want? And that clips onto that. Okay, so that's his waist. That is not a very reassuring waist. So the blue and gold one, right? Okay. I'll try and work on getting that one finished first, properly. Get the washes on it, and we'll see how you feel about it afterwards. But I'll work on that one as a. If I'm going to work on a model, I've got that one to work on. Because there's only so much scenery I can do for so long before it's like, right, okay, I need a break. I need some kind of break. I need to do something else. See, this arm seems very wobbly, and it's because of that chest piece. It is because of that chest piece. These arms seem very wobbly because of it. I may have to do a small amount of gluing on this chest piece, which I'm not happy about. Ah, so yeah, it fits wonderfully then to have blue and gold. Yeah, there's been something about this center chest piece that has not been right since the very beginning. So I'm going to have a look into whether or not that's going to come off. And I may have to readjust it afterwards because I don't want it falling off on the little one and it all fall into pieces on him. But other than that, so far so good. He's looking quite nice, I'll say. Nice. Yeah, he's looking okay. Let's get him finished and then we'll go on to. Right, so we start with T4, A5, and A6. So C4, which is the silver one. Now, where am I supposed to cut this off? You're not making this very... Ah, there. See, although I can follow the instructions, some of the instructions aren't quite clear where you're supposed to make cuts and incisions and how things are supposed to go. Okay, so that's C4. Now I need A5 and A6. And that is this one. A5 is a tiny little nubbiny bit. All right, there's two A5s and there's one right above number 6, which probably would have been the logical one to cut off, not the one opposite, which is the one for the other leg. Luckily, they are the exact same. Then you take take it in that direct. Yeah, take it in that direction and pop this into there, and then get this that way around. Yeah, that way around, and that goes into there. Okay, okay, and gives him a movable leg. It is getting a little. It's getting easier as I'm getting through it. It's getting easier. It may not seem like it, but it is. Don't want A4. I don't mean the paper size. I mean this tiny little circle bit here. A4. This might actually be one of my. I might complete this on the stream. That'll be fun. We'll actually get something completely finished on the stream for a change, instead of leaving it halfway done and saying, "Come back next week and we may carry on, or I may just do something completely randomly different." Okay, and then we need B1. Then we need an F4 and an F7. So B1 is one of these bits. And so when I finish this, I'm going through what I think of the actual kit and whether or not I think it's doable, it's simple enough, whether or not. I like the kits. I mean, as far as I'm aware, this is a pretty entry-level kit, so I wasn't actually expecting it to be too difficult, but there's been a couple of bits that have been, all right, okay. I was surprised if some kids can do this, but crying out loud, where is it? There it is. 4 and 7, and I've got 2 sets of them. Right, okay. So that bit is 4, 4. Seven. Yay. 4 and 7. Okay. Now 7 gets attached to the big bit at the bottom down here. It goes on the big one. It goes underneath this. I will go back. Don't worry. I did clock the T call. I'm not ignoring it. I'm just going to get this leg done, and then I will be having my tea. Don't worry. And then 4 goes. Oh crap! Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's just drop it on the fucking desk. 4 goes on that piece, which is also maneuverable. Okay, that's nice. So things should be able to move to at least a little degree. So how was this supposed to go then? Oh, that's what the other 2 little things were for. 14. And the entire arm out. See, now this is the bit that I was worried about with this chest not being incorrectly. Was these arms are now a little bit loose, so I'm not too happy about that. So let's see if I can put them in, and so the arms actually hold. And I may have to put a dab of glue in here. It says you're not supposed to use glue, and it's a glueless one, but these arms just aren't going in. These arms aren't staying right for the chest to go on, which is a bit of an issue as far as I can see in this build. Now, I said it's one of the cheaper, easier ones to do, starting 8-year-old type thing. Through the plastic bits broke on me while I was trying to fit this piece. And there is definitely something just out about it. And I can't quite figure out why. Essentially, there's something just it's like a millimeter, 2 millimeters out. There goes his head. It's almost like it's supposed to just pop over that bit a little bit more, and it's not doing. It's getting as far as that and stopping, which looks like it should be right for it. But it allows that to just fall out the bottom, which is obviously not right. Because the arms aren't supposed to just fall out. I mean, you're supposed to be able to take them off and change them over, but that's through these sockets, not through. I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all, because I'm not supposed to be using any of this. Yeah, decals. I can't do decals. Doing the stickers on this was bad enough, and I nearly messed one of them up. I mean, really, really nearly messed one of them up to the point where it nearly didn't get put back on. That was one of the first things I did. And that was doing the head. That was doing that top sticker there. Almost didn't get put back on. Okay, so I need something to be sharp. Something to be sharp and not break. Knife it is. Don't try this at home, kids. You may slash your fucking hands open. You can't even say a Messerschmitt ME163 Comet. It's a Messerschmitt. Everyone can say Messerschmitt. Just to go, holy shit, that is a Messerschmitt. This is not going quite the way I wanted it to. Not that anything ever bloody does like, but, you know. This was definitely not going the way I wanted it to. I need an emergency brush. I need an emergency brush. No, not that one. No, not that one. No, not that one. I need an emergency rubbish brush then. Let's be more specific. I need an emergency crap brush. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to cheat a little bit, and you've all been staring slightly. Yes. There's also two things. One's called micro set and micro sol, and they will help you with such things as decals. Because what they do is you keep it a little bit more malleable as you're putting it on, and then once you've got it set and ready, you can just go right, boom, set it, micro set, done. It's in place. It's where it needs to be. I'll put that on there. Hopefully you're going to be good. Go on and stay. I'm going to leave his arms for a minute because hopefully the two shoulder joint pieces are going to now stay in place. Oh, lovely, sir. Yeah, just what you want from the bricks in schools. To have that type of sense of humour. Complete knobheads. Okay, it's not quite set the shoulders properly yet, but this time. There is very, very time. Yeah, that's that is a bit extreme though, in all fairness. I was going to say, didn't the school, but yeah, I shut myself up on that one. Remembering where you live, and the school probably did fuck all about it. But it's quite possible that they got the bloody thing from the teachers. Although, now hear me out. Nazis do get a bit of a bad rep, don't they? I mean, there must have been at least one or two nice ones who got dragged in at the beginning misguidedly, and they realised, oh shit, but we're too far in now. If we get out, we're just going to get killed. So there must have been a couple like that. Not everyone went along with it fully wholeheartedly, could they? Be at least one or two half decent people in there. Well, I'm defending them. They're complete horrible people. The entire thing, no, should never happen again in human history. I'm just wondering, was there a couple of good ones? A5 and A4. Well, there's A. I don't see any other. I see that bit, but I don't see any other. Oh, there it is. It's the bit that I chopped off from the other side earlier. I'm a dick. So this will be. So this is the little nubbly bit. This bit gets slotted in at the top. Yeah. Nubbly bit gets stuck in at the top. Little ball thing goes at the bottom. Yeah, see, you also go. He's the one who killed Hitler. I mean, how much more could you want him to do? I mean, it could have done with just not doing the bad shit in the first place. That probably would have been a hell of a lot better. But once he got too far, at least he killed Hitler. Well, supposedly, there's a bazillion and 6 conspiracy theories that say he's sat in various different countries living it up somewhere. Whether you believe them or not is entirely up to you. I personally don't. Because, let's face it, that haircut and that moustache, you can't really hide it. It's quite distinct. I don't know, we could get a different haircut and shave his moustache. You're not human. I've had a shave. and I've cut my hair again. So it is possible. I know that, but yeah, I'm quite convinced he was gone off. No more. Shuffled the mortal coil in as many different ways as you can say. Dead as a doornail. It is madness. Not as much madness as how times are now. But it was madness back then. I'll quite happily go back to the 80s or 90s though. Before 2000 hit and the entire world went to shit. Right. Now for the test. See if we can put the legs on without the arms falling off. Yeah. That's not supposed to be a test. You're supposed to just work normally. You're just supposed to be able to put the legs on without the arms falling off. But we all saw the complication I had a moment ago. So there's no guaranteeing that the arms will not fall off. See, that one's held better. That one's not. I could do with possibly gluing that in a bit more. But I shall do that after I've done the leg. If I can get this last leg on. There we go. We have one little chibi Gundam warrior. And he should, or he's supposed to be able to actually stand on his own 2 feet. But he doesn't seem to want to. You're supposed to be able to stand up, you stupid little toy. But your wings are pulling you over. I know, let's try and kind of push your arms forward. I'm reluctant to do it with this one. If we put your arms forward, does that help? Nope. He just falls over anyway. Oh, bloody good. Anyway, sword. Now, I know this is like right down there for a clip. Right down there. Right on there. And then right on there. That's sword number 1. Sword number 2. And then if you combine sword number 1 and sword number 2 together, they become sword number 3. And it's a bigger version. And it should have a tiny little chip thing that goes in his back. But these swords are also supposed to be able to go into his back as well. So it's supposed to, if it goes in his back, they're supposed to go in. How is it saying they're supposed to go in? Like that? Or is it that side? That one? No. That one? Ah. There? No, it can't go in there because it's too big to go in there. Unless it's supposed to go in That does not look like a very secure fit. I have named figures. However, all my figures are named after subscribers and friends of the channel. So I have Joey has a named Sergeant after him. Dorito's got one. EB has one. Daniel doesn't yet. Hay doesn't yet. Kirsty give me the inspiration for a character, which is Karun. And this is Karun. It's basically a Karen version of an orc who always wants to speak to the manager. So yeah, Kirsty gave me the idea for that one. So there is that, but yeah, I have named a few, but never. I've not named them all, and there's loads that I've yet to name. So there's plenty of room. I've got loads of characters left to go. Oh, and how could I forget the first character I named, which was my Phobos librarian, which was named after Ezra, who was the first person to donate to the channel. Aha! If you put his swords in his hand, he stands. So there we go, Mr. Gundam with 2 swords, his wings. I'm just going to clip the chip out because he's supposed to have a little memory chip in his back, so I don't forget to do it and throw it away, because I do want it to be a complete piece. As minuscule as this is, I want it to be intact. And this tiny little bit is supposed to go into, I believe, the center of this there. God, see, told you I'm gonna have to actually glue that arm in a little bit better than what it was. Okay, fair enough. If you want to play like that, Mr. Arm, then I can play like that. I shall. Pop a proper amount of glue on you. And then maneuver you up into position. And then let it set. Okay. While arm sets, take the second side out. And as I said, it does make 2 swords. The 2 swords combine together to make a 3rd sword, or are supposed to. So they're supposed to kind of overlap and slot together. And then it becomes a big old, thick old sword. And then you can have, if you can get it in his hand, because it's not gone together fully. There we go, that seems a bit better. See, I don't want to use that hand because that hand's the one that's still gluing. Oh, come on. It's a square to go into a square hole. How? You're going to make me do it on that hand, aren't you? Oh, that's why, because you were slightly out of line. Okay, okay. I see. I see. Still got it the wrong way around, though. Now they're slightly out of line, so you got to push them together and then wiggle them into a square hole. It will work. It will work. I want to get this sword in his hand without ripping his arm out the socket, ideally. And let's go with this one instead. My finger had just used the wrong one to put pressure on behind. Ow, that hurt. Don't use your sore fingers and sore hands to be the ones that you're applying pressure with. There we go. So that's his much bigger sword. So now I need to actually let that arm dry properly. And let that arm dry properly. And then hopefully, let's take that out so there's not the weight on it anymore. And hopefully in the morning, my son will have a nice new toy to play with. Well, that's provided, of course, it doesn't fall apart. If it starts falling apart, I can't give it to him because there's going to be too many bits for him. It's not going to be safe for him. But if it doesn't fall apart and I can get the arms to actually stay on properly, like I'm hoping they do, then yeah, it'll be fine. He's going to love it, hopefully. It's going to be an excellent little toy for him. But you see that wiggling on the arm? That's not good. So that's already telling me that the arm needs re-gluing. And I think this arm might need re-gluing as well. So I might have to redo the torso bit off camera just to get it to actually do the things that I want it to do and behave well. So he can use it. It'll be a shame if he can't use it and play with it. But yes, I'm overall, as far as kits go, I've built a lot of Warhammer kits. I've built some other kits as well, but mostly I'm doing Warhammer. Even though the majority of it is in Japanese, the basic letter, number, and the very quick key that it gives you, we can get it out of the light so you can see a very, very quick key that it gives you there on how to do it, as well as laying out all the sprues, labels, and part numbers on each piece. It does make it quite simple, so it looks like there's a lot there going on, but it's actually really easy to follow. I mean, it took me 1 hour and 40 minutes with never doing one of these before, encountering problems that I've solved, and still getting what I'm going to say is quite a nice little decent model by the end of it. You can't quite see his nice little beady eyes, but he's very cartoony eyes there, which I'm quite glad about. Some nice little clear pieces in these red bits there that I show up. There's some nice bits in this. Once I sort the arms out, I'll have a look at gluing it. Well, the problem with this is that it's supposed to be a glueless project. The fact that I've had to use a little bit of glue has kind of soured it a little. So it's like, oh, I thought you said it was a glueless project. I wasn't, and I've had to use a bit of glue on it. So I'm not entirely happy that I've had to use glue. But for one little thing, that's not quite right on an entry-level product. Yeah, it's good. It's quite good actually. I won't mind giving one of the more complicated ones a go. So one of the HG range or one of the slightly bigger ones. I said this is the 8-year-old range. Don't ask where that came from. That was just my voice going and my head going absolutely weird on me. But yeah, you can get other versions. Why won't your feet go any further forward and your hips shift anymore. Are you actually going to come out, or are you actually going to? Yeah, you're going to come out, aren't you? See, I knew that was gonna. I'm gonna have problems with these arms. I'm gonna have. Yeah, it's glue it all together. It can't no moving parts. That's the problem with this. It's supposed to have moving parts. So when I'm putting glue on certain bits like this bit around here, I'm being quite cautious not to get it on other bits that are supposed to. I don't want it to end up inside that actual section because I still want the arm itself to be able to move, even if the shoulder joint doesn't move properly anymore. I still want to be able to move the actual arm. I will have to. It's not sturdy yet, but I'm going to have to essentially now. I'm going to have to let glue dry. So in fact, I'm probably better off turning it that way around so it lies flatter, and then we'll let glue dry. Well, it's funny you should say that, Seth. You can buy ones. Some of the much more elaborate kits do come with lights and batteries and sounds, and as I said, this is basic entry level. So that's what it was supposed to look like. That's pretty much what I've got it looking like at the moment. So that's what, yeah. So that's what it's supposed to look like. That's what it pretty much looks like. But there are some very, very complicated ones. So just while I'm waiting for a bit of glue to dry, I'll try and bring a couple up to show you the higher grade ones. Okay, so as you know, I'm a 40K player. I have an expensive hobby now. It's called Warhammer 40K. This is one of the other ones. Now, this is basically Shockwave from Transformers movie, done in the same manner. No glue required, 150 quid, and you can see the amount of detail that goes into that one. There are so many others. There's the Death Scythe one for the one that I just built, little mini chibi version. But you get many others. So the Gundam Barbaros, Barbatos, sorry. There you go. It's the same thing. And in this case, it has light up eyes. The eyes actually light up these accessories to go with it, and all sorts. You essentially build the skeleton frame and then place the armor over the top of it. They're highly posable for these ones, but that's the 1/100 scale. As you see, you literally do build the chassis and then all the plates and the armor going over the top of it. Absolutely beautiful models, but a lot more expensive. No, you see, well, not really, because what that took me just over an hour and a half for that one. So for the 1/100 scales, you could probably get it done in an afternoon and evening, 3-4 hours, if you could actually sit down and actually do it. I mean, you can get the 1/144 scale, which is smaller, I think, and less detail. Still the same basic principle, but not as high a grade. So depending on, I mean, you can see it's a similar grade to the one that I just made tonight. So the similar plastic, not a great deal of overwhelming detail as opposed to, what was that one? I looked at a minute ago for 50 odd quid. That was a series. Well, Lord condemn you. Whereas that one, just the plastic itself has the extra details, and you can see within the lines and the paintwork. I'm trying to point on the screen like you can see what I'm on about. See the paintwork around his knee there, and the line work around there is a little crisper. So even though it is all plastic, it's just that little bit more attention to the little small details. So whereas on where have we gone? There we go. Now let's remove that screen for a moment and put it back to that one. So whereas on this one, where you've got areas like this on the wing, there will be extra clippy bits going on over the top to make those bits stand out a little bit more. Same with the sections on the black bits there. And so it's, depending on the kit that you get, depends on the quality, really, by the looks of it. And that's not going to dry till tomorrow morning, and if it is going to dry, it is going to be done. Yes, you would have to be very into it to pay that much. That's why I only bought the £10, the £10 one as a trial basis. But I've got to say, it was fun. I enjoyed it. It was a nice little quick build. There was no mess involved, really. If I was gonna say to someone, get into model building as opposed to playing a game, that's actually not a bad little way to do it. Especially if they're aware of anime and like it as well. It's like, go for that. Yeah, it's a different way to do it, and they might get something more out of it. Precisely, Saf. So if I was to, I mean, I'm already thinking about it now. So if I was to take the gold section, and rather than leaving it that color gold, I was to take my Retributor armor and then wash it and try and get it like that gold instead. So it's not as flat and there's some depth to it. Yeah, I'd be happy if I could do that. How I'm going to do it with the black, I'm not entirely sure. Not yet anyway, not unless I essentially grey dry brushed it and then give it a black wash over the top. Then with the blues, I would have to make my own contrast blue. Possibly give that a dry brush as well and go over it. Paint the wings black and dry brush them silver to kind of add the depth into there as well. The only issue I've got with all that is I've got to avoid all the little clear bits. So the little blue bits, the little red bits, I've got to avoid them, and then I've got the stickers to avoid as well. So precision is going to be the key factor on them, I think. You're just going to place. Look, if I have to super glue your arms into a set position, I will do. And don't you dare look at me like that. He is giving me a proper dodgy look. Look at that. Look at that look he's giving me. I would be doing, which is, again, thank you, Ali. Vallejo is the primers that I'll use, but I'll use that. And for anything that needs to be done dark is the Vallejo black with the label come off. I'm covering. So yeah, I do use primer, and you're just not going to dry tonight, are you? You're just going to be that much of a pain in the ass. You are not going to dry tonight. You've made me ruin a paintbrush. You've been a pain in the ass with your chest. You've given me inspiration to try and paint you, but I'm not sure about whether or not I should, because if I fuck it up, I will really fuck it up. But we'll see. We'll have to see. Any pictures I will be posting on Instagram, I hope, if I remember. If not, they will be going on Discord. And, well, my overall opinion of Gun-Pla is I like it. I quite like it. It's nice. It's easy. It's something different from Warhammer. It's not as intense. It's not as detailed and frustrating. Even though there's a lot of detail, a lot of frustrating parts about it. But Gun-Pla, yeah, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Not a bad little hobby if you was to get into a modelling hobby. I will be sticking with Warhammer, though. I've got too much of it to not do it. Pardon me if that picks up on the microphone, by the way. So, yeah, that went all right, that. I like that. I just hope it withstands up tomorrow morning when Little One gets to it. But that was for a different time. Well, and thank you, Ali and Saf, for coming to join me, and the other 3 people that are in the room as well. Thank you, all 5 of you, 6 of you, 9 of you, 2 of you. Streaming ad lies to me. What can I say? I've had a wonderful stream. I've had fun doing this. I've had fun chatting with you. Mick T's cane collection is mental. They are absolutely wonderful pieces of work. But yes, I'm going to call the evening. And thank you, Mick, for coming up earlier. I'm going to call it for this evening. I've got to remember, I've got to look at the screen to end this thing. So thank you very much for everyone coming to see me. Please do the like, subscribe if you want to, do all that if you've managed to make it this far. If you've not managed to make it this far, then you won't hear all this, so it doesn't matter. Drive safe, everyone, and